Hello boys, it's 3:12. The code is harvest and it's time for Japan turn 7. There's a lot to do. This is going to be a long video. Anyway, we're buying 2 destroyers, 2 transports, 1 sub for C-Zone 6, and 2 infantry and 1 mech for Japan. I'm sorry, for Shanghai. There's a 2, but you can't really see that. So let's go like this. At the expense of seeing the board, we really want to make sure we're doing a better job at these dice. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, even that's not fantastic. There we go. Let's see if the red ones show up better. Yeah, I'll call them out as well. Anyway, lots to do. So we're moving into Yakut from Buryatia with 2 infantry. I realize you have a fighter in range, but it's important that I only... my tank is going from Sakha to Soviet Far East. We're hitting Chahar with 1 infantry and 2 fighters, so that's probably the best place to start. So an infantry missed with a 5, 2 fighters, a 3 and a 1. We got hits, and you have to defend. You roll a 3. Yeah, there's a glare, isn't there? What if we went like this with this light? Yeah, that improves. Okay, so you're gone and you didn't defend, so we're in Chahar. Those 2 fighters went 1, 2. They're going 3, 4 back to Shanghai. So they're there. Anyway, there's 2 of them there. Now we're going to Anhwei with 2 mechs at 1. No hits. 4 fighters at 3 or less. 1, 2. 3, 4. There's a 3 and a 2. So we hit you twice. You only have 1 infantry. Chinese infantry failed to defend. It's gone, and we are now in Anhwei. Those 4 fighters land in C-Zone 6. There is 1 additional fighter in Shanghai. It's going to go back to Japan for scramble duty. It's out of turn, but we're going to go ahead and move in non-combat a battleship, 2 carriers, and a destroyer from C-Zone 36 up to C-Zone 6. Okay, next is Hunan, Hunan. We're coming in with 1 mech and 1 tank. Mech needs a 1 and a hit. Hey, you have to defend and you roll a 6. So you're gone, and we're in Hunan with a mech and a tank. We're now going into Hunan with a artillery and an infantry from Kwangsi. So it's 2 at 2. We got a 2 and a 4. Is that showing up? Yeah. And you have 1 Chinese infantry and you rolled a 4. These are starting to look like raise rolls. No defense so far. That's beautiful. We're going into French Indochina with 2 mechs, 3 tanks, 1 AA gun from Kwangsi, as well as a mech from Kwangsi, right up here, 2 up. So we have 3 4 at 1s and 3 at 3s. So 4 at 1, 1, 2. No, just 3 at 1. 3 at 1, no hits. 3 tanks, 1, 2. 3. There's a 3. We hit you. You have a defending British. You roll a 6. So you're gone from there, and we're in French Indo with 3 mechs, 1 AA piece, and 3 tanks. Next order of business is C-Zone 37. We have a fighter and 2 tactical bombers from C-Zone 36 against your destroyer. So a tactical bomber at 3 or less hits. You have a defense, and you roll a 3, so you're gone from there. We're going to land 1 fighter on the carrier in 36 that it departed from. We're going to land these 2 tactical bombers in Kwangsi. So they went 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Next order of business is C-Zone 41. We're bringing a destroyer through C-Zone 36. There's a naval base there, so it's going to go 1, 2, 3. Again, we're not attacking the British transport. We're ignoring it so we can pass through. We're also bringing 2 tactical bombers. They're going 1, 2, 3, 4, landing back on the carrier. So we have a destroyer at 2 or less, missed. 2 tacks, both missed. You have your destroyer to defend, and you finally do. We're exactly where I didn't want you to. We got to kill one thing. It's going to be the destroyer. 2 attacks. We finally hit you. Good. You have to defend, and you failed to. So, alright, that's okay. We're going to land 2 attacks back on the same carrier they departed from in Season 36. Now, the transport has gone 1, 2, 3 to Sumatra, and it's dropped off 1 infantry and 1 artillery from Kwangsi. So we have 2 of 2, and you have 1 to defend at 2 or less, and you do so. We have 1 more roll at 2 and failed. You have to defend, and you do so. That's a damn shame. Ugh, yuck. Java, a tank and an infantry from Kwangsi via 1 transport. So a infantry at a 1 and a tank at 3 or less, missed. You have to defend at 2 or less and missed. An infantry hit. You have to defend and you roll a 4. Let's make sure you can see. Oh, I just flipped it over, but it's a 4. Anyway, you're gone. We're in Java. Sumatra, come on, really? Anyway, and oh yeah, that's beautiful. And I decided to leave your transport alive, so you can now go. Well, that's not so bad. Anyway, now Borneo, we have 2 tacks from 36 that are going to go 1, 2, 3, landing Kwangsi. We're bringing 1 infantry and 1 artillery from Hong Kong. So they went 1 transport from 36, went 1, picked up the infantry and artillery. 2, 3, dropped in Borneo. So 2 at 2s, there's 1 hit. 2 at 3, there's 3 hits. You're dead. You only have 2 things. You got a 1 and a 4. So we lost an infantry, but we are in Borneo, and these have green ships, so they're landing in Kwangsi. So they went 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to Sea Zone 44. We're taking out the Anzac transport with a tactical bomber from 36. It's going 1, 2, 3, 4, landing right back on the carrier in 36. And we have 1 transport going 1, 2, with an infantry and a tank from Kwangsi. So an infantry at a 1 and a tank at 3 or less hit. You have 1 infantry and you roll a 5. So you've gone from Celebes. What a shame. I missed out on my bonus. That bites. We're taking out the American transport in 35 with 1 destroyer from 36. And let's see, we have a strap bomber from Japan. It's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, landing in Shanghai. 4 or less, missed. You have to defend at a 1 and you missed. We have a 4 or less, missed. You have to defend a 4 or less. Come on. You defend and fail to. 4 or less, hit, good. And you roll the 2. Alright, so the American bomber in Guam is gone, and that's landing in Shanghai. We're moving 1 destroyer to Sea Zone 22 from 6, 1 destroyer from Sea Zone 6 to 17. We now have 3 tanks from Kansu, Shanghai. We get 2 chips. They're moving south, as well as 1, 2 mechs from Shanghai into Kwangsi. So there's going to be 4. Okay, so we got 2 tacks, 3 tanks, 4 tactical, 3 tanks, 2 mechs, and 4 tactical bombers. This is landing here. This is landing here, and the bomber lands in Shanghai as well. I believe that's it. I believe we're done. Yeah. Alright, so I'll place and then I'll do a troop count. We're going to put 2 more destroyers in Sea Zone 6. Do I want to leave 1 in 21 to block you? I mean, you don't have any transport, so what's the big deal? Yeah, no, I don't think I want to do that. We're going to put a sub, 2 destroyers, 2 transports. We're landing 4 fighters on the carriers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, we moved a 5th into Japan, so we have full scramble. And we're placing 2 infantry and 1 mech in Shanghai. Now, what are you going to do? Alright, so we're at 1003. Japan has a tank in Soviet Far East. We own Siberia, Amur, Sakha, Buryatia, and Yakut, where there are 2 infantry. We have an infantry in Chahar. We have 2 mechs in Anhwei, 2 fighters, 1 strat, 2 infantry, 1 mechanized unit in Shanghai. In Hunan, Hunan, there's a tank and a mech. In Kwangsi, 4 tactical bombers, 2 mechs, 3 tanks. Yunnan, 1 infantry, 1 artillery. French Indochina, 3 mechs, 3 tanks, 1 AA piece. There is a lonely, soon-to-be-dead transport in 41, and you still own Sumatra, and I'm not happy about that. Java, I have a tank and an infantry. There is a soon-to-be-dead transport in 42. There's another soon-to-be-dead transport in 44, as well as a tank and a infantry in Celebes. There's a transport of likely piss-poor fate in 43, and 1 artillery in Borneo. There's a destroyer in 35. C-Zone 36 has 2 carriers, 3 tacks, 1 fighter, 1 battleship, 1 cruiser, 1 destroyer. C-Zone 22, a destroyer. C-Zone 17, a destroyer. C-Zone 6, 3 destroyers, 1 sub, 2 transports, 1 battleship, 2 carriers, 4 fighters. Japan, 1 artillery, 2 AA pieces, and 3 fighters. Yeah, I'm kind of burnt about Sumatra, but aside from that, everything went well. Alright, it's a 11-minute and 51-second video.